Did you know that the words you tell yourself have the power to completely transform your ability to attract love? Today, I'll reveal 13 affirmations that have changed the lives of thousands of women and can change yours starting right now. Healthy love begins within you. That's the great truth that Louise Hay discovered and shared with the world. But before diving into these powerful words, you need to understand something crucial. The love you attract is an exact reflection of the love you feel for yourself, and that's where many women unknowingly fail. The first step to attracting true love is releasing all the limiting beliefs that prevent you from loving yourself completely. Louise Hay constantly spoke about how negative thought patterns not only affect our minds, but literally shape our emotional reality. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you told yourself that you're not enough, that you need to change to be loved, that there's something about you that needs to be fixed? Each self-critical thought is like a small crack in your ability to receive true love. We cannot receive from others what we don't give ourselves. The universe is a perfect mirror of our deepest beliefs. The first affirmation you need to integrate into your life is, I love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. Seems simple, right? But this phrase contains a transformative power that few truly understand. Louise Hay discovered that when you repeat this affirmation in front of the mirror each morning, looking directly into your eyes, you begin to deactivate years of self-criticism. Do this exercise right now. Place your hand on your heart, breathe deeply, and repeat 3 times. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Feel how these words resonate in your body. Do you notice any resistance? That resistance is precisely the sign that this affirmation is exactly what you need. If you want to attract healthy love into your life, you must become your own best friend, your greatest advocate, your most loyal companion. Every time you criticize yourself, you move one step further away from the love you wish to attract. Remember to follow this channel if these words are resonating with you. I'll help you transform your relationship with yourself and, as a result, all your external relationships. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. The second step to attracting healthy love is recognizing that you deserve to be deeply loved. Most women who struggle to find satisfying relationships have an unconscious belief that they don't deserve true love. Louise Hay expressed it clearly. What we believe we deserve is exactly what we attract. The second affirmation that will transform your love life is, I am worthy of healthy, respectful, and abundant love. This isn't just a pretty phrase, it's a declaration of truth about your inherent value as a woman. Think for a moment. How many times have you tolerated less than what you really want in a relationship? How many times have you ignored red flags just because you feared being alone? This happens when, deep down, you're not convinced you deserve better. Louise Hay discovered that beliefs about what we deserve are generally formed in our childhood. If you grew up seeing dysfunctional relationships, or if you received messages that you weren't enough, you may have internalized these ideas as absolute truths about yourself. Do this exercise. Take a sheet of paper and write down all the reasons why you deserve to be loved. Don't censor yourself. Write everything from physical qualities to your deepest values. From your smile to your ability to listen. Everything counts. Now, read this list aloud every morning for a week. What you're doing is reprogramming your subconscious mind. You're planting seeds of self-worth that will eventually germinate in the form of relationships that reflect this new level of self-esteem. Has it happened to you that you attract the same type of person over and over again, even though consciously you want something different? This happens because your subconscious mind is operating from old beliefs about what you deserve. But you can change this today. The third affirmation you need to incorporate is, I release any pattern in my consciousness that may be attracting relationships that don't nourish me. Louise Hay taught us that our thought patterns are habits, and like all habits, they can be changed with consistent practice. If you want to delve deeper into these transformative concepts, make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any video. Together, we're building the path to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. and that's what we'll talk about in the next point. The third step to attracting healthy love involves establishing clear boundaries and respecting them absolutely. Many women have difficulty saying no or expressing their needs for fear of not being loved. But Louise Hay taught us that healthy boundaries are the foundation of any meaningful relationship. The fourth affirmation you must integrate is, I establish healthy boundaries with love and maintain them firmly. This affirmation reminds you that setting boundaries isn't an act of rejection toward others, but an act of respect toward yourself. When you don't have clear boundaries, you're telling the universe and the people in your life that your well-being isn't a priority. And what isn't a priority for you won't be a priority for anyone else. Have you ever found yourself sacrificing your needs to please your partner? Have you ignored behaviors that hurt you just to keep the peace? These are clear signs that your boundaries need strengthening. Louise Hay discovered in her work with thousands of women that those who had the firmest boundaries were also those who attracted the most satisfying relationships. It's no coincidence. When you respect yourself, you teach others how to treat you. A powerful exercise is to practice saying no to small things you really don't want to do. It can be something as simple as declining an invitation to a social event that doesn't excite you. Notice how it feels in your body. There will probably be discomfort at first, but that discomfort is growth happening. The fifth affirmation that will change your love destiny is, I only attract relationships based on mutual respect and true love. This affirmation establishes a clear intention about the type of energy you're willing to accept in your life. The universe responds to clarity. When you're not clear about what you want, you receive mixed experiences. But when you firmly declare the type of love you deserve, you naturally begin to filter out what isn't aligned with that vision. And it's important for you to know this. Setting boundaries doesn't push away true love. On the contrary, it creates the necessary space for that love to flourish. People who truly value you will respect your boundaries. Those who leave because of them weren't meant to be part of your path. If these words are resonating with you, don't forget to share this video with a friend who needs to hear this message. Together, we can raise the standard of what we accept in our lives. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. The fourth step to attracting healthy love requires healing past wounds that continue to influence your current relationships. Louise Hay was a pioneer in establishing the connection between our past experiences and our present relationship patterns. She discovered that many women continue to attract situations that reflect unhealed wounds. The sixth affirmation you should incorporate is, I forgive my past and free myself to love fully in the present. This affirmation acknowledges that, without realizing it, you may be projecting painful experiences from the past into your present, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. The forgiveness Louise Hay spoke about isn't for the benefit of those who hurt us, but for our own liberation. When you carry resentment, anger, or unprocessed sadness, you're bringing emotional baggage to each new relationship. Have you noticed that you feel inexplicably anxious when someone gets too close emotionally? Or that you tend to anticipate abandonment even when there are no real signs of it? These are indicators of past wounds that need attention and healing. A transformative exercise is the letter you'll never send. Write everything you need to express to someone who hurt you in the past. Don't censor yourself. Let all emotions flow onto the paper. And then, in a symbolic act of release, burn that letter while affirming, I release this burden. I choose my peace over my pain. The seventh affirmation that will open the doors to true love is, I release the need to repeat painful patterns from the past. This affirmation helps you recognize that you have the power to break negative cycles and create new experiences. Louise Hay discovered that many women subconsciously seek to recreate familiar situations, even if they're painful, because the familiar gives us a false sense of security. Breaking this cycle requires awareness and the willingness to venture into the unknown. The eighth affirmation that will change your energy field is, I am willing to recognize and release any hidden benefit I get from maintaining dysfunctional relationships. This is perhaps one of the most challenging but most transformative affirmations. Sometimes we maintain unhealthy relationship patterns because in some way they benefit us. It might be that a difficult relationship allows you to avoid your true potential, or gives you an excuse not to take risks in other areas of your life. Or perhaps, though painful, that dynamic feels familiar and therefore paradoxically safe. Does it seem like we're going too deep? It's precisely at this level that real transformations occur. If you want different results, you need to be willing to look at what no one else is looking at. If this content is helping you see your relationships from a new perspective, make sure to subscribe. Together, we're creating a new paradigm of self-love that will transform all your relationships. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. The fifth step to attracting healthy love involves radically transforming your internal dialogue about love and relationships. The words you tell yourself about love directly determine the love experiences you attract. Louise Hay was emphatic about the power of our words to create our reality. The ninth affirmation that will revolutionize your love life is, "Love flows to me easily and effortlessly." This affirmation counteracts the common belief that finding true love is difficult or even impossible. How many times have you heard or said phrases like, "All the good ones are taken," or "It's impossible to find someone worthwhile"? These statements, though they may seem innocent, are powerful decrees that your subconscious takes as instructions to create your reality. Louise Hay discovered that our internal dialogue acts as constant programming for our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what we repeatedly imagine or say. A powerful exercise is to identify your limiting beliefs about love. Take a moment to complete these phrases. Love is. Relationships, always. Men, partners, always. In relationships, I am. Review your answers. How many of them contain limitations, fears, or negative expectations? Now rewrite each phrase from a perspective of abundance and possibility. The 10th affirmation that will connect you with full love is, "I am in a loving, happy, and satisfying relationship with someone who loves me exactly as I am." Note that this affirmation is in the present tense, even though it may not yet be your current reality. Louise Hay taught us that by affirming something as if it were already happening, we create a vibratory pattern that attracts that reality to us. The 11th affirmation that will elevate your love frequency is, "I am magnetic to healthy love. I attract and am attracted to emotionally available and loving people." This affirmation reminds you that it's not just about attracting any person, but specifically those who are capable of loving you the way you deserve. Have you noticed that many women complain about always attracting emotionally unavailable people? This happens because there's an unconscious part of them that also fears true intimacy. By affirming that you attract and are attracted to emotionally available people, you're declaring your own emotional availability. The 12th affirmation that will transform your energy field is, "Each day in every way my capacity to give and receive love increases." Louise Hay taught us that growth is a process, not a destination. This affirmation honors the fact that you are constantly evolving, expanding your capacity to experience increasingly deeper love. And finally, the 13th affirmation, perhaps the most powerful of all, "I am love. Love is my essential nature and is expressed in all my relationships." This affirmation recognizes a profound truth. You're not seeking love outside yourself because love is what you essentially are. When you live from this understanding, your relationships transform because you're no longer looking for someone to fill a void that never really existed. Do this exercise right now. Place both hands on your heart, close your eyes, and slowly repeat, "I am love." Feel how this truth resonates in every cell of your being. When you recognize yourself as the source of the love you seek, you no longer need to chase it or beg for it. You simply attract it naturally as an expression of who you are. If this message is transforming your perspective on love, don't forget to like and share it. Together, we're elevating the loving consciousness of the planet, one woman at a time. And now we come to a fundamental truth that unites all these points. The love you seek is already within you. It's not something you need to find. It's something you need to release and express. Louise Hay revolutionized our understanding of self-love when she showed us that every external relationship is simply a reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. When you treat yourself with kindness, respect, and compassion, you teach the world how to treat you. When you honor your needs, you set the standard for how others should respect your boundaries. The journey toward healthy love begins with these 13 affirmations, but continues with daily practice and constant awareness. As Louise Hay said, "It's not about making affirmations once and expecting life to change. It's about changing the thought pattern moment by moment, day by day." I want you to know something important. You deserve love. Not because you're perfect, not because you've achieved certain goals, not because you have a certain appearance. You deserve love for the simple fact of existing. Your worth is not up for discussion. It's innate, unbreakable, and complete right now, just as you are. Each time you repeat these affirmations, you're reclaiming your power. You're declaring to the universe that you will no longer accept less than you deserve. You're establishing a new standard for your relationships, one based on mutual respect, genuine admiration, and deep love. Your challenge from today is to commit to these affirmations. Write below in the comments, "I choose to love and be fully loved. I open myself to receiving a love that celebrates who I truly am." This declaration will be your public commitment to your new love story. Remember that you are rewriting your love destiny with every thought, with every word, with every belief you hold about yourself and about love. And although the path may have challenging moments, each step brings you closer to the relationship you've always desired. First with yourself, and then with someone who reflects that self-love you've cultivated. If this video has resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to receive more content that will help you transform your relationship with yourself, and consequently, all your relationships. Share this message with any woman you feel could benefit from these words. Together, we're creating a new generation of women who love themselves deeply, and from that love, attract relationships that nourish their soul and elevate their spirit. Remember, you are worthy of a love that makes you feel safe, valued, and deeply seen. And that love begins now, with yourself.